Hey guys, and welcome back to Lost Odyssey. In this one we are going to be looting the City of Numara. So we already got most of the stuff in the facade area, except for this little girl on the left hand side. I'm gonna go up and talk to her, help her out. She lost a dog named Moo. Okay, so we got a hint that he has not left town. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna exit to the south, to the city square.
You handled your role well.
So, my performance was acceptable?
Yes, Your Highness. We should now be able to achieve our objective. Let them loose and follow them to the truth.
And what will we gain from this exercise?
When we have proof they work for the enemy, we'll lock them up again. They'll give us excellent leverage in negotiations with Ura, and beyond the negotiations, we stand to gain information about Grandstaff.
Grandstaff?
Ura has built a gigantic magic engine called Grandstaff. And we suspect they're plotting something. Right now, Ura poses a terrible threat to the entire world.
A threat?
Our intel has confirmed that the tragedy at Wool Highlands is connected in some way to Grandstaff. If we continue to allow Ura to run rampant, that tragedy could be repeated again at any time. The authorities in our military have voted unanimously to seize Ura as a preventative measure.
You plan to start a war?
The White Boa is already being converted into a battle flagship, and we've begun assembling troops and arms. This action is for the sake of the entire world.
I won't allow it.
While your Majesty may have other ideas, the people will surely approve these safety measures. In this present magic industrial revolution, your Majesty's isolationist policy is pushing the nation to its limit.
National isolation promotes peace.
This new regime must be created for the sake of world peace. We shall spread your Majesty's teachings, using our nation's military might.
You think military force can avert violence?
Would you rather see a meteor fall on Numara? If that were to happen, the people who so adore you would be reduced to ashes in an instant. No, the Grandstaff should not be in the hands of those simple-minded fools in Ura. We Numarans should control it. Then we can use it to maintain peace all over the world. Numara would become the most powerful, peace-loving country in the world. War is inevitable, Your Majesty. Figureheads. They should just keep quiet, play their role, and smile. Someone get in here, now!
Alright, so when you get back in control of Kime, you'll be in the City of Numara. As soon as you get control, look on the right hand side for a red fruit that you can pick for a seed. After that we got let's see, a probe the pot on the left hand side for 10G. And then there's another pot directly to the left of that with an aqua bomb. Alright, now that we've gotten that, there is a little girl here, but first look behind her for another red fruit that we can peel for a seed. And once we've got that, talk to the little girl. answer not really when she asks if her ears look funny. And then she'll ask if you want to play with her. Say sure. And she wants to play tag. But she's running awful slow. You'll get a slot seed for catching her. Alright, once that's out of the way and you've got the seed, go ahead and enter the inn. And as soon as you enter the inn, you'll see a pot. Go ahead and probe that for a angel's plum. Directly behind that, you'll see a glowing plant. Obtain a seed from that, and then there's another one on the other side of the desk. This one contains another seed. Farther off to the right, and then in the southeast corner of the room, there will be another one that you can examine for an anti-paralysis herb. Now after you've looted the first floor, go ahead up to the second one. You'll run into a pot directly at the top of the stairs with a healing herb inside. And then walk all the way to the right, ignoring the center hallway for now. Probe the pot for 6 wheat stones. And then in the very back, there are 2 more pots. This one contains 100 G. And 5 waterfall clusters. You can enter the room at the top left and examine the cabinet for 10 Gs. There's another pot to be probed in the back for a mint powder. Then enter the northeast room. Examine the cabinet for 6 guardian ores. And then the glowing plant in the back will give you 5 sticky tapes. That's all for this room. Now go ahead and enter the southeast room. Check the same typical closet for a mint powder. And then there's a pot that is in the bottom right of this room. It contains a mana capsule. And finally enter the last room. And the cabinet here is a ground bomb. And the plant contains a seed. Now with everything looted in the inn, there's a lot of stuff here, so you might want to take your time and double check, make sure you got everything. But when you're done, go ahead and head outside. Now, once you're back in the City of Numara, go ahead and exit to the east. Now you're on Main Street, and there's a familiar girl that we see in the background. Go ahead and talk to her again. She'll ask if you want to play with her again. Say sure. Right behind her is another plant that you can probe for a seed. Now there's a girl down here on the gondola. If you talk to her, she'll say that she's waiting on somebody, but they haven't showed up yet. Now in the artist salon, there's a pot that you can probe for a healing herb. And I believe that's everything in here. Now go ahead and take a right at the cross. And as you go over the bridge, you'll run into a little kid, which will cause Kime to reveal a dream. This one's called the Talkative Mercenary. Right beside him to the left is a fruit that you can pull down for a seed. And there's a bunch of people just talking. Go ahead and enter the door straight ahead. Inside here you'll find a plant that you can examine for 10G. And then there's another plant on the right of the store. This one contains a seed. After you're done, exit the store. Alright, and on the alleyway beside the store, there is a plant on the right hand side you can examine for a seed, and another one on the left hand side for a seed. Now notice the dog here. This is the dog Moo that the little girl wanted you to find. After you're done, go ahead and climb the ladder that's further up in the alley. Then descend the next ladder. And you'll come to a chest. This chest contains a slot seed. Now backtrack all the way back across the balcony and down the ladder that leads to the alleyway where the dog was. Continue to the west and you'll come to another alleyway. Examine the seed or the plant on the right for a seed, and then there will be a door behind it that you can enter. And here is the girl, Choo Choo. Talk to her and you have officially found her in her little game of hide and seek. And you'll get mana earrings for your trouble. Well, not really trouble, but to the south is oh, I accidentally exited. To the south of where you talk to the girl Choo Choo is the item store. So go ahead and talk and we're gonna buy a little variety of stuff. I'd go with buying a few eye drops. And you can get some magic in case you miss something, but if you've been following this guide, you should have everything. Now go back to the north. Oh, I was just there. Good lord. We're gonna have to go through the alley again to get into the back. And you'll notice another guy on the boat. Go ahead and talk to him. She's the person that the other girl on the boat was waiting for, or the girl on the boat was waiting for. This is her date. So talk to him again and tell him that his girl is waiting for him. Talk to him twice, he'll go over and get that treasure chest for you. And you can open it to get the white magic spell shine. And then back up and into the room. Let's see. Now notice the cabinets on the right hand side. You can open the top drawer on one for 5 gale wings. Then open the top drawer on the middle one for a seed. And then open the far right top drawer for 100 G. Finally, loot the cabinet to the left for a wind bomb. Now head down south and then there is a group of people standing at the bottom of these stairs. Talking to them will cause Kime to remember a dream. This one's called Letters from a Weakling. Now you're going to want to backtrack a little bit and head back to the girl on the gondola. She's with her boyfriend now. And if you talk to her, she'll give you a chest from the other side of the river. This contains a mimit ear. Now we're going to backtrack a little bit more and go into the previous building. I forgot to talk to a guy inside here. Your guy is going to be right here. He's going to give you a password so that you can get into the back room. After you get that, go ahead and exit. Go ahead and cross back over the bridge and go back to Nin's. We should now be able to access the back room. The guy should stop you, but if you say the password, you'll be able to go right in. Now, a few things to note here. There's a guy in the back here. He's a weapons and armor trader. So you can go ahead and grab a steel sword. I wouldn't grab two. It's not really worth it. One's plenty. And I wouldn't really worry about that staff either. Now there are a few things that we need to get here. I'd go ahead and get an alarm clock, one of the accessories, and there is a few pretty good synthesis items. Now, let's see here. There's a ring maker in the bottom left corner. This guy will take your existing rings and combine them to make pretty powerful rings. So what you might want to think about making is the Herculean Ring, which you need a bruiser ring and a bruiser ring and an anger ring and a fire powered ring. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down to ring assembly. Go ahead and make the anger ring. And then unequip the bruiser ring from Kime. Just click down on the right stick. And we should now have enough to make the Herculean Ring, which will give you damage up level 1 and critical up level 1. And one more thing is the fire powered ring. You need a flame ring and a bruiser ring. So go ahead and go back down to ring assembly. We already have a flame ring that's equipped, so now all we need is a bruiser ring. And bruiser rings are needed for a lot, so it's good to go ahead and craft another one in case you need it. Oh, and I forgot to unequip the flame ring from Seth. Now that you have a flame ring in your inventory and a bruiser ring, you can make the fire powered ring. And you might want to check out a few other rings, they're pretty good. Now go ahead and equip the fire powered ring to Seth and the Herculean ring to Kime. And yeah, that's about it. We can exit this place now. Now we're going to go ahead and exit to the west hand side. And this should take you to Canal Street. We're going to go ahead and save our game because we got a bunch of new loot. And that's going to be all for this part of the walkthrough. We're going to come right back and finish looting the rest of the city in the next episode of Let's Play Lost Odyssey. I'll see you guys soon.